I've got other button downs, but like when I wear it, I just get done and throw it in my closet, and then when it's time to wear something again, I get it. So she can't say I wear polo shirts every day. So take that, Kelly Sayer. Please don't watch this. All right. Second Great Awakening. This Great Awakening is really different than the First Great Awakening in the sense that the First Great Awakening had political ramifications through democracy. Actually, this one does sometimes too. Remember there was like that crisis in the church about participation, and that led to democratic ideas and sort of spilled over into calling for democracy during the revolutionary period? This one's going to be a little bit about more social reform. This will lead to political changes, but this is going to be more about social. It's kind of hearkening back to that Puritanism idea of being able to perfect earth while you're here. For a long time, people thought, everybody suffers on earth. Some people suffer really bad. That sucks. But what are you going to do? Because in the end, the most important thing is eternity, and everybody's going to be happy in eternity, right? So whatever happens on earth happens on earth. But then the Puritans believed in the idea of the perfectibility of man, right? Trying to make what's going on earth better. And that's going to really start to apply. The Second Great Awakening, some historians put it like 1800 all the way to like 1850-ish. That seems kind of broad. Obviously, movements don't start on a Monday, right, and end on a Tuesday or something, right? There's not a certain day it starts and a certain day it finishes. But the Second Great Awakening was most powerful, where a lot of the social changes started to really take shape. 1830s, 1840s, late 1820s, all through the 1840s. And the ideas sort of last in the 1850s. They sort of take hold. And so the Second Great Awakening is really going to increase the number of Americans who are religious and are using religion as their mechanism for arguing for social change. However, there were some people who were not part of the Great Awakening, and this tends to be people who were a little more educated, right, and a little bit more religiously liberal. And some examples of those are like deists. Remember we talked about deists before? Like Jefferson, Franklin, Thomas Paine.
Or that kid that converted in your class.
Or Rebel, right? What's deism? Do you remember?
When they think that God created the world.
One person, yes.
When they think that God created the world and then just kind of let it go.
Yeah, God created a rational world and then let the world or the universe go, right? Based on rational scientific principles. And it's an issue of reason, right? There's another religion that there are a lot of deists out there today. There's like a church of deism. But there is a Unitarian church. We'll call this the Taylor Payton will hate it church.
I hate those churches. Unitarianism church is a very, very liberal church. And it believes there is a God, but they don't necessarily say that, because obviously the Jewish, Islam, and Christianity are all monotheistic religions that essentially have the same God, right? Unitarianism is more about seeing God's purpose. There is one in Lexington, and the pastor, I'm not sure about now, the pastor was a lesbian woman. Who was a pastor, and you're seeing, you might go and they might look at newspapers and see where God is present, right? Where people are being good to each other. It's about being a good person and being smart, educated, not about following you have to believe in this or you go to hell. That's not what it's about. It's about rejecting that kind of notion. Does this make sense? So Taylor, how do you feel about it? I don't like it at all.
It's on Clay's mail if you want to go and attend it. So you haven't seen the service yet, so you can't judge it.
I already have 3 things.
You already have.
She's already judged.
You're right. I've been judging it for the last 45 seconds.
She goes,
I will say this is something that you do need to keep in mind, and I'm going to stop it for a second. I'm going to teach you the lesson that Garland Hurt taught me about